I messaged her, I was like, what's wrong with you Christians? You're always so happy for no reason. Like, you'll be going through anything. It's still like, oh yeah, but God. I'm like, but what even is that? Like, but then also there's just a lot of chit chat.
A lot of gossiping. It's not very biblical, is it?
At all.
No.
At all. No, at all. So
I can't lie, I saw it as an ad. It came up as an ad. I was just like, is this you? That's what I knew.
Yeah.
This girl's getting on the pod. Hello everybody and welcome to the That's the Tea show with me, your host, Miss Tee Moyo. Now this is my brand new show, and on this season I am inviting the most talented, influential and inspiring dancers to really get a chat with them and find out what goes on beyond the social media. Now my very first guest today on the episode is Hanz. She is an incredible, talented, popular dancer across all social media platforms. She's been dancing since the age of 5, and since taking her dance career seriously in secondary school, she met her best friend Leilani and started a dance crew called Ep2, and we're going to chat a bit more about that afterwards. And I am so excited because today we're going to be talking about the inwards of the dance industry, friendship, and just her career trajectory. So guys, can we welcome Hannah?
hi guys.
Girl, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm tired as usual.
You've been traveling, as we've seen. Where have you just come from?
So I just came back from Vienna, I think last week or the week before. And then before that was Greece. That. And then before that was Oslo.
And where are we going?
Korea and Japan.
Okay, very good. The annual leave is annual leave. Okay, so let's get straight into the episode. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, where you grew up. Because when you told me, I was like, huh?
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So I was born in Tokyo. And then we moved to Kyoto. And then...
Japan?
Yeah, still Japan. And
Geography.
Then came to... I don't know if we came to London. And then we moved to Cornwall.
That's the part that...
Yeah. So I was in Cornwall Padstow for, I think it was like 1 year or 2 years. I don't actually remember. And then I moved back to London when I was in year 2. And then I've been moving around South London.
Okay, tell me the truth. What's the dance scene like in Cornwall?
In Cornwall, there's nothing there but sheep and cows.
You could have been the first person to actually make
true.
Afrobeats a thing up in Cornwall.
That's true. But I was in year 1.
Oh, fairs. But
yeah,
to be honest, we're glad to have you here
Thank you.
in London. Okay, so let's ask the first question that I feel like when I met you, I wanted to know.
Yeah.
How did you even get into dance in the first place? Because your background doesn't exactly match the dancing style that you do. So how did it even start?
Okay, so first I think I was watching Britain's Got Talent with my family, and my mum was like, oh, that looks interesting, that's something that like you should do, because I remember it was diversity.
It was diversity. Shout out to Jordan and Perry. I worked with them in the office. They were the first show that I was the content producer for, so shout out to them.
Oh, that's so cute.
I think diversity made us all want to dance.
No, I think so, because even some other people I know literally have the same like story basically. So yeah, then my mum just kept putting me like in random dance classes, you know, as you do. Didn't really want to go, but like, okay, cool, like, I'll go.
Fairs.
And then secondary school was when I met Leilani. So then we just basically decided to take it seriously in like year 10, year 11.
So,
yeah.
And now one of the most popular TikTok dancers out there. We love that.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was the first style that you started off with that your mum said, go to this class?
Okay. It was hip hop. I think it was because of diversity though. So it was always hip hop. Like hip hop was the only thing I ever wanted to do.
So because mum used to say hip hop was for gangsters. So I wasn't allowed to. She stuck me in ballet and I've got the feet on. I got no grace about me. So she stuck me in ballet. It was so boring. I wanted to be doing the backflips. So you know like how Perry...
I wanted to backflip.
Perry was always the one that was doing
yeah. I still can't believe his age now. No. I feel like he's still 12 in my eyes.
100%. Yeah. When I see him, I'm just like, you are actually a grown man. Let me start acting like it. Okay, let's go back to your dance classes. You liked it and then you became a duo. When you first went to dance classes, did you actually see yourself being where you are today?
No, I think until I got to secondary school and I figured out what I actually wanted to do. It's like, you know, when you kind of see what you want to do, but then now that you're actually living it, it's like, what?
It's like, I used to say I wanted to be famous and like I wanted to be a singer. We don't sing no more. But
no, same
I always wanted to be famous and like when I'm at these events now, I'm just like, wait, 8-year-old me.
Yeah, would be bugging out.
Gassed.
Literally.
She's gassed.
I don't think like my 8-year-old self would even believe it. It would be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
No, that's so mad,
so
you know.
mad.
But I love the fact that your mum actually was supportive.
Yeah.
Because people from ethnic minorities, if you say you want to do these hobbies,
Better be a doctor.
do you know what I mean? You better be a doctor, a lawyer, or a surgeon, but a
teacher.
dancer. Shout out to Mumsy because
Yeah.
she did the thing. And your sister,
Literally.
did she dance as well?
She used to, but then she didn't really find joy in it. So now
nice.
she sings. So it's just a bunch of creatives. But in school, like I never had the support from teachers that I should have had. So I was always seen as like the bad kid, but I wasn't the bad kid. I just didn't want to go to like uni. So I just didn't come to sixth form or college when we needed to have like the uni stuff.
Need to show up.
That makes sense. I was like, I don't need to be there.
It's got
like,
nothing to
it's
do
got
with
nothing
me.
at all. But then that caused problems with me at school. And then my parents were still like, well, do your thing anyways. I was like, okay.
An Asian household saying, do your thing. Must be
I was
nice.
shocked.
Where'd you get one of those?
I don't know.
Let me come have
Not
dinner
on
at your
eBay.
house. Nah, fairs. Okay, let's skip a bit forward and talk to about your dance career now. Would you say your come up as a dancer has been relatively easy or relatively difficult? Taking into fact social media and how it's played a part in your career.
I think in the beginning it was difficult because I didn't see results like straight away. But then once one video took off, like I was like, okay, if I stop now, then it's just never gonna work. So I was like, from the one viral video I had posted every single day.
What was the video? Which video was this?
It was one with me and Romeo. You know the No Wahala one. Yeah.
Nah, swear down, that was the one that popped off.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, you should use this sound because it's viral. I was like, okay, let's meet up, make content. We made the video to that song, went viral.
And just kept doing it and doing it.
So I kept posting like the dance to the same sound over and over again.
Over
People were
again.
Like, are you done with this dance? No.
Until it's that was. Do you remember the Gyra Marvin Gaye challenge? You know that's how I got viral on TikTok.
Oh, I didn't even know.
It was basically Marvin Gaye's sexual healing mixed with Gyra, and it was basically let me lie. Basically, it was a scenario. What would happen was like you were talking about like romance, your church romance, and talking about your brother in Christ, and that was the sound. I kept doing it. Someone said I owned the sound. I said yes. So if you're on TikTok and you find something that works, you keep rinsing it.
Like recycle it until it ends.
Yeah.
Like.
So what would you say made you go viral? What people liked about you? What would you boil it down to?
I think like a lot of people.
I know what you're gonna say, bro.
A lot of people are shocked by the fact that I'm an Asian person that can do Afro. So I literally use that to the point where I think people don't even know that I started with hip hop and like that's my favorite thing. So people are like, oh, you started with hip hop? I'm like, listen, I'm just doing Afro because I know people are shocked like when I can actually do it. So yeah, I think that's what like proper like blew up.
What makes you? How do you feel about like the controversy of people saying things like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing Afrobeats," or just being shocked that you can do Afrobeats?
I think I'm like I low key enjoy it when I see people shocked
Fairs.
because it's like you just didn't expect it, and I love that. But then also like I feel like comments just don't faze me. So when people are like, "Oh, like what's this Asian girl doing?" I'm like, but what are you doing really?
But what about you?
What are you?
Nah,
like I know what I'm doing.
It's funny because when I showed my mum and dad, so two people shocked my mum and dad when I showed them my birthday video. You know when you were dancing in the middle? It was you and Shabana. When they're watching the video, they're like, where does this energy come from? Where did these girls grow up? They're like, you lot don't be dancing like that. I'll be like,
no.
Damn. Nah, I like the fact that it doesn't faze you because even if you take our class, because Hannah and I danced together at VST, shout out to Will.
VST.
He'll be coming on the show very soon.
Period.
But like when we're in class, the class is so diverse. It's not just one type of person. There's bare different people. So the fact that it doesn't faze you, that's actually that's really, really good. So you would say it's your sounds that you use. Would you say it's the hashtags as well that you use that make it go viral?
I feel like yes and no because it's just on and off. I feel like it depends what hashtags you use, but then also you can post a video with no hashtags and it'll still do.
Sorry, we're not on that. I'm not on that level yet. Maybe one day. Maybe that FYP will get me viral, but we're not there.
But it doesn't do something. It doesn't always work.
What about the people in the videos? Do you feel like you get more viral videos when you dance with certain people?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like at the moment everyone loves Timmy, right? With like, because he just dances with no energy and everyone finds that smooth. So it's like sometimes people are like, oh, you're doing too much. Like, just be chill, like Timmy. I'm just like, okay, sorry. But then that will make it viral because people are just arguing in the comments.
So when people are arguing about the comments,
so funny,
what do you reply to them?
Sometimes I do, or sometimes I'll join in just for bands. Other times I'll be reading it, I'm like, you guys are fully arguing in the comments.
And it's a bit scary, you know.
That has nothing to do with me sometimes as well. It's just arguing about nothing. Like,
no, and you know when they're arguing between each other and you have
Yeah.
to add more, like see more, and you're just like, they're
It
really
keeps
going at it. I was
going.
just like, guys, this is a peaceful zone.
No, literally.
Let's not do that. Okay, and on social media, which one do you prefer? Instagram or TikTok?
I think it depends. Like, if Instagram's doing well, will be my favorite. If
First.
TikTok's doing well, will be my favorite. At the moment, Instagram, because I
Good.
feel like the reels are doing well, but TikTok needs help.
Now, sometimes
now.
I have to take a break off that clock app because I'm just seeing the numbers, and Instagram is even harder to grow. So I feel like put my effort into Instagram
Yeah, it's
and
true.
just let TikTok
Yeah,
do its own thing.
No,
But
it's true.
nah, I hear it. And has there ever been a moment that you felt like, yep, I made it? Like you're looking at the comments, you're looking at the numbers, you're like, I'm that girl.
I think it's when I did the Montclair shoot. That's when I was like, what?
I kind of I saw it as an ad. It came up as
Oh,
an
yeah.
ad. I was just like, is this you? That's when I knew
Yeah.
this girl's getting on the pod. Get on the pod. No, when
Yeah,
I saw that,
'cause-
I was like, and it was frosty in the snow. I was like,
cold.
was it actually?
Yeah, I really wanted to go home.
Where did they shoot? Where was it shot?
It was in Margate. It
What?
was like on a beach. So the first one was in a studio.
Okay.
So that one, it was hot. So they had me in like the clothes, like the coats and stuff, and it was hot. And then the week after, we went to Margate, like beach, I don't know what beach it was. It was so cold. Like, it looked sunny, obviously, on the shoot and stuff, but I could not wait to get back to that van to put on my coat.
Put on a coat and gloves. And you know when you can't feel your
Oh
fingers
my
anymore, you
gosh.
can't even
Literally.
type.
But I thought it was, at first I thought it was a scam.
Oh.
Like, I looked at my email,
Did you
saw
actually?
Montclair, I was like, no.
Monclizzy.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, I think that was the moment. to be
Nah,
fair.
you can't like Montclair, that's clear. I even see it pinned on your Instagram. I said,
You
do you,
have
when
to.
people ask you your fun fact about you at work, I was on Montclair.
Montclair,
I did a
literally.
Montclair ad. Like, I'd be so gassed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to talk about the dance community. What it's really like. Let's actually get into the tea because I feel like we've spoken about this so many times, and I feel like people have a conception of what the dance industry is like. We're here to clear it up. We're here to chat tea. We're actually here to talk about it for real, for real. But what would you say are some of the misconceptions people have about you that you want to, for the record, say it straight on the That's the Tea show?
Okay.
Let's get into it. Let's even...
So a lot of people think that I'm extremely rude.
Yeah, first.
Maybe because it's my resting face, which I understand. But then also, I think there's been a lot of situations where rumors around me have also, rumors about me, have gone around. And that makes it even more firm on the fact that I look like my face. So, yeah, I'm a very nice person. You can ask T.
Yeah, she's a lovely girl. But in all honesty, when I first met her,
Okay, see you.
I can't even swear on this pod, but I thought you were so rude, you know? But you know what it is? You're reserved and you
Yeah.
keep to yourself. Now, I used to tell them this story at the dance class when I was doing the walk. So basically, I was doing a warm-up at VST. Everyone's doing the warm-up. Hannah's the only one that's in the corner, she's on her phone. I said,
Was I actually?
I
do
said,
not remember this.
is it? I said, swear. But then afterwards we got to talking and then we actually broke the
yeah.
ice and we actually spoke. I was like, I actually mess with this girl a lot and we're vibing.
Yeah.
And I think because, now, do you know what it is as well? This is actual tea. At the time when you, Jason, Josh and Drea came.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so, right, let me tell the tea. I used to be part of a group called VST. I'm not in it anymore because I'm a presenter now. So, you know, greener pastures, but shout out to them because they're still the team. I was part of the second original lot of dancers. There was 4 of us. And at the time, there was ripples. The group was already breaking apart. And then Will brought you 4 into the group. And you guys just came into the class. And we knew it was happening, but he hadn't told us yet.
Oh, really?
So we weren't sure, like, what's the vibe? Is this group expanding? Are we being replaced? Like, it was given the irreplaceables on Dance Moms. And then you lot just kept coming to the classes. We were like, I know these lot aren't paying. So they're not paying and I'm not paying. Who are they? And so, like, obviously we didn't know you and there wasn't that formal introduction. And then as the originals kind of dropped out and more of us started leaving, you lot started dancing. And then we'll see concept videos online and he said, is it?
Ow,
So I
that's
swear.
new.
Even though some of them were in masks and some of them weren't. I said,
Okay.
swear down. Okay. But no, like, once we actually got to know each other,
Yeah.
I think, especially when we started talking about our faith and stuff,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like a genuine bond was built.
Yeah,
And you actually have to find genuine friends in this industry because it's not easy.
Listen, if I speak, bro.
If she speaks.
Because
We're gonna have to do a lot of editing on this episode, but you know what? We're gonna keep it real and actually talk about it, because I feel like a lot of people, I think heart is split. Some people assume that the dance industry is super friendly and everyone's nice and everyone's your friend, and then a lot of people assume it's a not nice place. Where do you stand on the bar?
I think it's a bit of both, to be fair. Like, I think it just depends who you meet, because obviously there are a lot of very nice dancers in the dance industry. Some will even help you on the come up, try and get you booked. Other people will pretend like they'll try and get you booked and then really just not say anything, which is fine, because I feel like it's just better to try and get yourself booked rather than rely on someone else anyways. But then also there's just a lot of chit chat.
A lot of gossiping. It's not very biblical, is it?
At all.
No.
No, at all. So, yeah, I think that's, like, the worst part. Like, 'cause people just talk and talk and talk. And what I don't understand is, it's always just the untrained people that have something to say.
It's not the professionals.
No, because I feel like the professionals know. So what do they have to say? Nothing.
Why do you think it's like that? Why do you think it's a thing of people feel the need to talk about others behind their back?
I think it's just an ego thing, to be fair. To be fair, there are some professional people who do it as well, which I don't understand, because it's kind of unnecessary. But I feel like it's more of an ego thing or it's either ego thing or it's an insecurity thing where they don't feel like they're good enough, so they feel like they have to say something to make themselves feel better, even though it's really not doing anything. Let's be real.
I feel like, would you say that the dance industry is quite high schooly?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like I'm dancing with a bunch of kids, and then you find out their age is like 27. Like, what? Bro. You don't act your age, though.
Nah, that's actually shocking. And I find that, luckily, I don't think I'm in it enough to experience it. I think at one point I did want to become professional, but I think the presenting thing took over, so there was no point in me getting inner. But, like, when I'm inner, I'm just like, this is quite a hostile environment. You know those auditions? I think I've done one audition in my life, and I said, you can't do it.
I think the commercial side, in my opinion, is the most toxic. Some people say the Afro side is the most toxic, but I haven't experienced it for myself.
Nah. If you had to rank it, all the styles.
The most toxic to the least?
Yeah.
Well, in terms of what I've trained, because obviously ballet and jazz completely got nothing to do with me, but I'd say the most toxic, in my opinion, commercial is at the top. I think hip hop is really, really open, you know. I can't lie. So commercial is at the top, and then maybe it's Afro and then hip hop.
I agree. I think so. Every hip hop class I've gone to now, my hip hop is hap hip. Oh, that one class of yours that I went to, the Kanye West one. I was so proud of myself because I made it to the end. I didn't walk out. I didn't cry. So I said, shout out to me. But I enjoy hip hop because I think I want to be good at it. Okay. I think people are really open to it. I think you get the people who are there to perform and show you that they can dance. But like people are actually proper supportive. Even though I don't know if they're clapping because they're laughing and they find it entertaining or they're actually supportive. Yes, I think hip hop and Afro are nice. Commercial, those girls are...
That's what I'm saying. It's always the ones with the bikini and then the baggy top over their head.
And the one that's wearing half of the jumper.
And it's okay, because I do that. I wear half of my clothes sometimes. But then it's like, it's the ones that's standing in the corner watching you with a smug face. But what's the need to do that? Yeah. I've never understood that. Yeah. And I haven't been to a commercial audition, but I see it in classes. And
it's not nice. I'm already nervous to be there,
cute.
And you're just standing there, arms folded, looking at me. I'm thinking,
it's not cute.
Okay, since there's quite a balance and a mix between confidence and insecurity, how do you maintain your sense of self-worth and confidence, especially when you're in a class of people that are being catty, being quite bitchy, or you just feel like I'm not at the level that everyone else is at?
I feel like I just don't compare myself to other people ever. And I'm a very confrontational person, so it's kind of if I'm...
We know.
If you're looking at me a certain way, I'm not going to feel smaller. I'm just going to ask you what's up, because what are you looking at, bro? Do you know what I mean, though? I don't know. I've never felt that way at a VST class, though.
Yeah.
And I don't want someone to feel like I'm looking at them like that just because of my resting face. So sometimes I'm just just smile for the sake of smiling. Literally. Or if someone that's not, you know how sometimes they'll be scared to go in a circle? Yeah. I'll always clap for them because it's I find it scary too. So you must find it scary as well. So
no, mums, that circle thing. You know when we does the train line, I'm just I need to think about what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Let me not shame myself. Okay, we spoke about friendships a little bit earlier on, and I kind of want to go a bit deeper into
Let's
it.
go.
What's been your experience when it comes to friendships in the dance industry?
It's interesting.
Yep.
People genuinely have two faces. It's insane. Not even towards me, but obviously the friendships that I've had haven't been the greatest. But then also I'm grateful that they've left because I don't need to be around that like kind of energy. And I don't know if it's because of the dance industry or if it's just the person, like the people themselves. But I don't know. It's a lot of, like I said, chatter boxes, a lot of rumors. I feel like.
I'm assuming it doesn't start like that. I'm assuming it
No.
starts on good vibes. So,
Yeah.
like, if you had to draw a timeline about this particular situation, when did it go from we're collabing, we're working together, we're making money together, getting views to don't even speak to me? How does it even get like that?
Okay, so I knew the person from social media. We knew of each other. We met, and then, you know, when you just kind of have a gut feeling, but you decide to just give the person grace, because why not? Do you know what I mean? Like, people are telling you, exactly, people are telling you, oh, don't trust this person, da, da, da. My gut was telling me, don't trust this person, but my head was like, just give the person grace, like, it's minor. And it was at one of the Red Bull events as well, and obviously, you know how, like, I get invited and stuff, I'm bound to be there.
Sorry.
Sorry. And then, so I met her, but then the energy that I got at that place wasn't the greatest. But I was like, okay, I'll just brush it off anyways. Then we started speaking more on like social media, met up, made content, everyone's linking up, making content. It was a great time. Then it got to a point where I felt like everyone was meeting up. And I would see it on social media and I'm like, bro, where was my invitation? These lot are my people. Like, what's happening? So obviously I would ask politely, oh, like, what's going on? You know, like, I'm really chilling at home whilst you lot are making content. Like, and then it was like more of a misunderstanding thing, but it didn't really make sense. But anyways, brushed it off.
We'll say lack of communication.
Yeah, lack of communication. Then it kept happening. I was like, nah, it's not an accident anymore. It's actually not. So then that happened. There was disagreements, arguments everywhere. And then after that, I got cut off, blocked. I'm someone that's like, hey, let's actually talk about it. Let's have a conversation. But no, got blocked straight away. And then that was it, to be fair. And then literally there'll be people coming up to me like, oh, you know, this person's saying this about you, or they're saying this about you. And I'm like, but I forgot that the situation was even a thing.
Because I'm blocked. I'm not even here.
So I don't see anything that you're doing, but you're seeing everything that I'm doing. I once got blocked, unblocked, and blocked again.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's wild. I feel like that's crazy.
And I think that also links to one of the first questions you asked me of like the misconceptions that people have of me. This specific person, obviously I feel like it's the right time to say things now.
Absolutely.
But like this specific person has gone to nearly everybody in the dance scene, maybe people that have like collabed with me as well, and said like, oh, you need to be careful with this Hannah girl, you know, she's not actually who you think she is. And then they'll meet up with me and like, bro, what the heck was you talking about? Like, so then I think right now this person is irritated by the fact that everyone's noticed that it's not true.
Right.
So now I'm collabing with more people because they're seeing, bro, like,
actually,
it's got nothing to do like with anything. So yeah, that was like, I think the messiest situation I've been in. I don't know what's happening now.
I was going to say, where do you stand now?
I don't know, because obviously she's blocked me again. So I'm just
back
like...
to blocked. Oh.
Back to blocked. So
no.
I haven't seen her around.
Yeah, what's it like when you pull up and...
But at the time where we was at the same place was when I was unblocked.
Okay.
So she asked, well, the person, I keep trying not to say she.
They. Anonymous.
The person asked if we could speak. And I said, sure. Because I'm going to say what I have to say. So we went outside. Nothing she said made sense at all. So I was just like, can't lie. This conversation's a bit pointless. If you want to talk at another point, we can do that too. Go back home, I was blocked.
Well, that'll do it.
Literally.
Nah, I hear it. I mean, from the way you're speaking about it now, it sounds like you're kind of very much over the situation,
100%.
moved past it. But when you were in the middle of it, how did it feel consistently feeling like your friendships are on the line? You're going back to these spaces. Is she going to be, are they going to be there? How did you feel then?
At that point, I know for a fact, I don't think this person would ever agree to it. but they definitely in the back of their mind wanted to try and like ruin my life completely. Whether it was make me miserable, whether it was to make sure I don't get like any opportunities and actually they gets them all. Because it got to a point where obviously that was the reason why it also ruined my relationship too, because of the big mouth. But yeah, so at the time it wasn't the greatest at all. I felt like every single person that I spoke to at that point was completely stripped away from me because of this specific person. So like obviously after everything, the relationship ended, the friendship group obviously just fell apart because I was falling out with these people. Go on TikTok, see that a whole group account was made. And I know whose really, idea it was.
That one really hit the GC. We said, wow. We said, something adding up.
Bro, so obviously I saw that. I was like, okay, wow, interesting. I was like, really thought every single one of these people were my people. So I'm a bit confused. Like, every single one of you, really? Like, and I just kept saying, seeing TikToks after TikToks after TikToks. And I was like, nah, this is a bio. You lot are taking the mic now. Like, surely not. Like, and then I think it was only one of them I spoke to. And I was like, am I bugging or like, are you seeing what's going on? He's like, I can't lie, I don't know where this group even came from. Like, I'm not even involved like that. I was like, okay.
You talk to men and they're like, oh, so I don't even know. Like,
no, literally, I was like, all right, okay.
Okay. Now you want to be unintelligent, but it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, but it was jokes because he was actually like the smartest one out of all of them. Because then eventually he kind of spoke some sense into some of them and was like, you know, like, you can have a brain of yourself. Like, you
make your own decisions rather than being
yeah.
influenced by what this person is saying. I hear it. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't a nice situation to be watching and to be there, especially when it spilled over to social media. And I think the problem with our jobs, a lot of the things that happen, it comes onto socials and now everyone wants to add their 2 cents.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to make their opinion and it's long. And I guess my question is, how has this changed how you make friendships versus how you keep things professional with just dancing together?
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly say something else with the whole social media thing, right?
Put it in there.
People started tagging me on their videos and was like, where's Hanz? Where's Hanz? You want to see Hanz? So where's Hanz?
I'm pretty sure I did as well.
So, so that with the social media thing, everyone adding their 2 pence in, I was like, a bit awkward.
They're riding for me.
No, literally, I was like, okay, see, so I'm not the issue. Like, but then, so the way I would like it doesn't really affect, but like I'm just more careful with like who I speak to or like that gut feeling that you have is what discernment.
Discernment. Tell them about discernment. Listen, you don't have discernment in this industry.
No, if you don't, oh my god, you have to listen to that discernment, man. Because I mean, to be fair, you could just pray that prayer that was gone anyways.
Okay, for those who don't know, that one prayer. There's one prayer that God does, Hermes, same day delivery. You just have to say, God, if you're with a man, just pray this one before you even get feelings. Just say, in the mighty name of Jesus, if this person is not meant for me and not meant to be in my life, get rid of them. I promise you, within 24 hours.
24 minutes,
24 minutes, that person is no longer in your life. You will know.
Gone, clean slate.
It's gone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. That discernment, like, it's so important to have strong discernment as well. Some people just have too many voices around them. That's another thing that affected the situation. Too many voices. Like, you actually have to listen to your own self. Otherwise, what? You're going to end up in a mess, literally.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think it's just a discernment thing for me. And, like, just keeping distance from certain people if I feel that way, I think, yeah.
So would you say you can still work with someone that is a bit like, or do you completely, like...
No, I think even with... the person, if we was on set,
keep it professional.
I genuinely don't care, because if I have an issue with someone, maybe, but then also it's like, if I'm at work, I'm working, so don't get in my way, please. Please.
Don't bring us back to the playground
at all. Like, I don't have the time for it or the energy for it. If I'm gonna get booked, I'm gonna get booked. I'm gonna do my job and I will leave.
I'm gonna get paid.
Nah,
I hear it. I actually hear it, and I think I'm quite proud of the fact that you've gone, because you used to cuss people out, bro.
My potty mouth has gone. It's not with us.
Thank you. We thank the Lord. Deliver. In these situations, sometimes you want to bug out. You want to cuss. You want to throw hands. I don't fight. Let me put it out there. I actually can't fight. I'll say that for the record. But like my mouth, it can be a lethal weapon. But I feel like in those moments, you really have to actually swallow your pride and actually be like, okay, I'm going to show you love. I'm not going to retaliate. You're just going to look like the crazy one.
Yeah.
Because we could both get crazy.
Yeah. But let's not do that.
Let's keep it very
because I might win.
Let's keep it classy. Okay, we kind of spoke about it earlier when we were talking about dance classes. You know, if someone is experiencing the energy or like not so nice atmosphere at the dance classes, what advice would you give them? And is it always like that in dance classes?
I feel like it depends which class you go to. I don't think it's necessarily like every single class, but some classes I've been to, I've experienced that.
Is it dependent on teacher and location?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're trying to keep our jobs. we're trying to still go to the classes.
Yeah.
But if you had to typecast, okay, this kind of teacher produces these kind of classes, this kind of teacher produces this kind of atmosphere, or this, like, yeah.
Obviously, you have to get to know people to know fully. So obviously, still more grace. But from what I've experienced, if I feel like, once again, discernment, if I feel like a specific teacher is only there for the money or is stuck up and thinks they're better than everyone else already, then I feel like everyone else with the same attitude is going to end up in that class. And I don't like that. Because yes, you're the teacher, yes, you're making money, but you don't need to... You can feel it. Like, you can really feel it. I just don't like it. It's so, like, uncomfortable. So I just try to avoid those classes, which is sad because those be the best choreographies.
When you see it, you know, what's that studio with the playground?
Yeah,
when you see it on playground,
you're like, choreos.
I'm like, it's eating down.
Literally.
7 p.m. Friday.
Maybe it's the lights.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Try LED light in the back and we call it, they start a dance class right here in the corner.
No, might as well.
No, I hear it. I feel like the teachers that are... Do you know what I feel like? This is my hot take. The teachers that are watching themselves when they're dancing in the mirror and not watching the class. I feel like you're just there for your videographer to get your moment at the end. And you're not really there to look after the class. And you know what's mad? We'll talk about this more in his episode. But you know with Will was such a good dancer. Actually, it drives me insane.
He's an amazing teacher.
He's an amazing teacher. And he can teach someone who's never danced in their life.
Yeah.
And also teach someone who's been dancing for years.
Insane.
It's madness. And he actually cares. And like, because when I first met him, I thought, nah, he's just yeah, but he's putting this on. But when you actually speak to him he actually cares about his students.
Yeah, he really does.
And I feel like that care is lost. That connection is lost with a lot of teachers these days.
I feel like that's why Will's class is always packed out because he actually cares.
He better put 2 days, you know. I don't be buying tickets. So one time he's like, you know, the class is full.
Literally.
I said,
I'll be like, by the way, I want to come today. He's like, you can't. I'm like, huh?
I said, you know the T in
like,
VST. It's for me. Rubbish. No, but yeah, I hear it.
That's one thing that does irritate me about dance classes is that people are so quick to get their phones out. The class hasn't ended yet.
Mom's life.
And I get it because you want to film for maybe progress or maybe to just film, but at least wait until the teacher's like, you can get your phone out to film.
100%.
So that's why I completely respect the fact that Will's like, turn your phones off, put it on the side.
Put away, yeah.
Because people are too quick.
Even me, you know, he said T, put away. I said,
oh.
I said, you know when your favourite teacher tells you off, you're like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
That
hurt just a little.
No, but it's good. Especially with them sticky things now. Everyone's just sticky.
Yeah.
Do you know the amount of times I just don't want to be in the background of someone's video? Because me, I'm just chatting and I'm just having a good time. And now I have to bevel first position.
Exactly. Sometimes I just want to dance for the sake of dancing. Not even be filmed. Like, the content's nice.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll film it later. I don't know. I just want to dance for that.
Do it at the arch.
Yeah.
In Elephant Castle.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I hear it. What else would you say is your hot take about dance classes that you're just like, y'all need to cut it out. Stop it.
I think that was the main thing. Yeah. Like the filming before the teacher said that you can film. Also spacing. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I've been in a class where it's like you can see there's more space in front of you than behind. You're basically stepping on my shoes. Please move a little bit. Because then I'm the bad person when I barge you by accident on purpose to make some space for me to breathe.
No, I feel like we need a whole new episode of our dancing hot takes. You know
we do.
You know when I asked someone to film and they zoom in the middle of the video?
Oh, really? I've never had that before.
Oh, must be nice. You must have really good videographers. Because you know when I like to give it to my friend. Okay, so this is annoying. Let's say me and you are dancing together. I want you to be in the video, but I also want you to film. Yeah. So I might ask someone, okay, can you film us dancing together? And they just zoom like 30 seconds in. And I'm like, but why have you done that? If I wanted to zoom it, I'd just edit it myself.
Yeah.
I
can't. You can. But you can't undo it.
I actually can't undo it. I can put it in. But I can't undo it, and it actually drives me nuts.
That's crazy. Zooming is crazy.
No, it's actually nuts. No,
but then sometimes I feel like, okay, cool. My camera gets a little bit blurry sometimes, you know. hair grease, whatever. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to wipe the lens for me.
It's like you can no. Do you know
Because
what?
I would
It's
do
getting
it. If
personal.
I can see the little line,
Or
it's going to
something
annoy
as well.
me.
I'm gonna wipe it down.
I'll wipe
You can
it.
see through the
Oh
camera.
my gosh.
Like what? No, let me
No,
not
it's
even, 'cause
annoying, man.
it's just gonna start becoming a rant.
A whole list.
No, because I can actually do it. But yeah, I want this to like be a positive thing as well.
Yeah, 100.
So you spoke about you're a confident person. You don't care what other people think. Not everybody is actually like that. So what advice would you give to someone who? Give me someone who's kind of been dancing. Okay, they've been watching you. They've been watching
Yeah.
your story for a time. They want to follow the classes you follow. They want to follow your footsteps. What kind of advice would you give to not only like uplift them, but to actually prepare them? Like, this is what it's actually going to be like if you're trying to take it seriously, like you have.
It's almost like I have a shield in front of my feelings. And I feel like it's not just with dance. That's just like real life as well. I feel like I really just don't care what people say. Like, I actually don't. And it's harder to tell. I feel like it's harder to tell someone don't care because there's people that care so much in the world. Leilani cares too much.
Is it?
So much.
She's so soft and lovely.
No, she is.
We're going to have her. We're going to bring her on.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like, even in school, there will be times where people are like rude to her. And she's just like, oh, no, it's fine. I was like, no, I'll tell you something. No, literally, I'll tell you something. Exactly. So I don't know, because I think there was one point where I like proper got into Leilani. I was like, bro, you're too soft. You let these people like violate you completely. Well, she's still soft. Nothing changed. But like, I don't really know, you know. I think it's just more of like, even if people are like getting onto you, let's say like through social media, just pretend like it's not there. Like, because at the end of the day, if it was someone who knew you personally, maybe it will matter. But if it's someone that's never met you before, why would it matter to you?
I feel like, you know, I agree. I 100% agree. I'm actually quite a sensitive person, and people assume that I have thick skin. If you knew.
Really?
Me, I cry at everything.
Oh.
Like, but you know what it is? One thing that I have learned is especially when I was in school, because I wanted to be a presenter when I was in school and wanted to be famous. And people would be like, oh, for me, it was, you're doing too much and you're wet. For me, I can't lie. It's going to sound so mad, but I would just look at their lives and think, God forbid my life ever ends up where you're trying. I'm not trying to be where you're trying to go. No, not like that. But like, I'm not trying to be where you're trying to go. So it doesn't make sense for me to listen to what you have to say. I'm trying to be with the Remy Bergs and the Maya Jammers. You have a different path, and that's for you. I can't, it's a bit hard to take what you're saying seriously. And when I kind of look at the people who are successful, they were doing the most. So how can it be wet when I'm doing it? So that's where I get it.
Because it's wet until
it's wet until you lot is going viral.
Yeah,
my pastor says it's crazy until it works. I said
no, exactly.
Amen.
I think to be fair, in the beginnings, like if someone, to be fair, this did happen in secondary school. I think there was like one person who's crazy now because asking me for promo. But it's fine. You know
how the tables have turned.
Right? So there was like a few people that's like, oh, you can't dance, bro. And it's like, in my head, I was like, bro, can I actually not dance? So I'll be watching back the videos. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to practice. Yeah, but then it's like, okay, cool. But I know that this is what I want to do. So even if I may be bad now, let me continue.
Keep going.
Yeah. So like, I think in the beginning it will be painful probably to hit all of that. But then it's like, if you know what you want to do, just stick by it, because if I didn't stick by it, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
No Monclizzy,
exactly.
no Red Bull
at all. So I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I think about it. Like, if I really just didn't continue posting, what would I actually be doing right now? I'd still be in Waitrose,
not Waitrose,
working on the tills or something.
I
like
love the sandwiches there though.
No, like, really?
Yeah, that's the bakery.
A bit expensive though.
Exactly. We could have got discount.
Okay, best.
Life could have been. No, but I love the point that you just made. I think our generation, the issue is we're not prepared to be bad at something in order to be great. Yeah. And I think the fact that you said that, do you know what, I know where I want to be, I'm just going to keep going. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways from this particular episode that I want people to hear and really affirm that if you want to be good at dancing, you're going to have to go to the classes you don't
and
like.
That's another thing. Make sure you can accept correction. There's too many people who think they're already up there. They don't take correction. And it's like, but now you've put a line to where you can improve. Because you could be up here. But because you think you're so good and you don't want to be corrected, you're going to stay down here. And there's no improvement. So what's the point?
It's true. Wait, how do you feel about corrections? I'm not going to lie. It's because I'm sensitive. You know, when someone tells me something, in the end, I appreciate it. But in the heat of the moment, I'm like, he's being so mean to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't, man. I can't. I'm really bad at it.
Well, actually, me and Leilani started off with basketball. So our coach was... So I think we had it from young. And basketball coaches are too harsh, man. They don't play. They don't play. So it's kind of like when they tell you you look like rubbish, you're going to be like, oh, okay. I'd rather take it than do 10 laps in the court, please. So I think maybe that was why, yeah. I don't know.
Give it to me. Nah, I hear that. I think that's really, really good advice. And like when someone's stepping into a dance class, what's your advice? Should they stand at the front? Should they ask the questions? Because I'm the dancer. Okay. That's like, do you want it like this or do you want it like this? I'm getting details because I'm getting it right. I still might do it like this anyway when we film. But like, what's your take?
I feel like ask as many questions as you want. There's going to be people like in the classes who are going to be like, oh, why is this person asking bad questions? Let them ask questions because they want to learn. Is that not what a class is for? Oh. But then people just want to be so quick on, oh, let's hurry up and get the choreo so we can film. It's not about the filming. It was never about the filming because before cameras were people still not dancing. That's my problem.
Nah.
Nothing. Yeah, so just ask as many questions as you want. Front at the back, I usually place myself at the back because, I don't know, being at the front is like, I feel like if I'm at the front, I'm right in front of the mirror. I can't see the teacher, if that makes sense.
I want to see the teacher through the mirror. That's my favorite angle. Watching them through the mirror, and then. But I can never learn by watching the teacher. I watch it through the mirror. Yeah.
I'll end up doing the wrong leg.
Everyone's going that way. I'm going that way.
Literally.
Nah, I hear it. Okay, let's move quickly on to your dance career. Okay. So we've got Monclizzy, we've had Adidas, we've done Red Bull, we've done competing in World Cup Dance World Cup. Done Move It. What's next for Hanz, man?
This is something my mum keeps saying, but because she keeps saying it, I feel like I want to do it now. She's like, you need to be in a car advert. I'm like, what? That's so random. Benz. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I kind of hear it. Because if I get gifted a car, amazing. You never know. Social media can do anything.
Pull up to the dance class.
So it's like, yeah, maybe that's the next thing. I don't know how it's going to happen, but by God's grace.
Grace of God. Limitless
anything
God.
Can happen, exactly.
No, I love that. A car ad. Guys, you heard it here first on the That's the Tea show. Hannah for a car ad.
Yes,
Watch
please.
her. And let's quickly talk about your achievements in dance. Out of all of them, I feel like I know what you're going to say. Which one has been like your proudest moment? I've got my answer. But
really?
Yeah. I know the one that I was like, yeah, this one ate down.
I think either our Move It sets or I think like starting our Afro worship classes.
Yeah, I was going to say Move It. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the Afro worship classes in a second. But Move It, I'm not going to lie, set banged,
really?
Costume bangs.
Oh,
every time I see the EXO on the bum, I'm like, yeah. Kisses.
We actually want to sell those soon. So, yeah.
Plug it.
Yeah, exothermic. I think we have a website.
We'll put it in the link. We'll put the link in the bio. Now, I love that. And speaking of the group in Exothermic, you performed at Limo Blaze.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
It was actually nice. I feel like that was like the least stressful experience I've had with like a concert. Yeah.
See what happens when you go to a Christian concert? No stress.
Literally no stress. Even the process with like no stress. The rehearsals was no stress. But I think that's because me and Leilani were kind of just doing our own thing. It wasn't like there was a choreographer and everyone needs to be there and learn something. Like we were just kind of doing off our own schedule kind of thing. So then we actually managed to ask Candice to do it with Laura as well.
That's amazing.
So that was nice. But initially we actually wanted to go to the concert.
Okay.
So then I was like, before I buy the tickets, let me see something quickly.
let me shoot my shot.
Exactly. So I was like emailing everyone. Like a few people got back. And then that's when we did Nafi Ma and then Laura as well.
I interviewed her at the Grace Bunch.
Oh, really?
She's so lovely. Yeah,
no, they're both really nice people for real. So, yeah, that's how it started.
I love that.
The concert was so fun.
And one of the questions from your fans, followers, they actually asked, like, how did you actually come to Christ in the first place?
Oh, is it?
Because when we actually spoke about it, I was so surprised, but the story makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Tell them how it happened.
So I came to Christ because of a breakup.
It gets like that. I feel like all of us did at one point.
Literally.
If that man doesn't lead you to Christ, he'll lead you through the great breakup.
No,
there's nothing else. It's either that or alcoholism. So we chose Christ. I chose Christ.
Yeah, I chose Christ. So, yeah, basically, it wasn't straight away. It was like, broke up. We weren't really friends. It was like cold talk, like from the other person. But like, I was still close with the family. So I was just kind of like in and out. I was like, just trying to figure out what the heck is happening. Because it wasn't like, this is what happened. That's why we're breaking up. It was like, I still don't know why, but we're breaking up. I don't know though. And I was like, okay. That I feel like that was like the most confusing thing, but that led to extra pain from the friendship group breakup and stuff. And then what happened? Yeah. And then there was just like no contact. And then after we spoke again, it was like he was saying, oh yeah, like I want to get closer to God. And I was like, okay, interesting. Like, but then also my closest friend, like she was always going to church. She's always talking about God. So I remember I was sitting in Canary Wharf. I was just staring at the Thames. I was like, I messaged her. I was like, what's wrong with you Christians? You're always so happy for no reason. Like you'll be going through anything. It's still like, oh yeah, but God. I'm like, but what even is that? Like, and then she was like, what? I was like, yeah, like I'm asking you a question. Hello, like.
You better evangelize right now.
Literally. And then she was like, oh, like you should come to church on Sunday. I was like, okay, calm. And she was like, what? I was like, okay, yeah, I can't. She was like, Hannah, what? I was like, bro, what? Just like stop asking me questions. Like, let's just go.
Sometimes you text the Jew chat. Oh my gosh, she just said she wants to come to church.
Literally.
Yeah.
And the maddest thing is that friend told me that I think the breakup happened in July. She told me that in April, I can literally ask for a picture as well. She wrote in her prayer journal, Hannah will give her life to Christ this year. 2 months later. And it's so random as well because no one in my family is Christian.
How crazy is that? I feel like we need to do a part 2 talking
I think
more
we do.
about that. You know, me and Hannah
Part
joke.
2.
We have a friend. We have a mutual friend. And at the moment, she's a different faith. But we know
Right.
deep down.
Deep down.
We are counting down the day she's come to Christ. We just know.
It's already done. From time I fasted and prayed. That's it
It's
now.
happening.
It's too
It's a
late.
seed.
It's too late. It's sealed.
Okay, I feel like it's important to actually speak about this, but like in the dance industry, what are kind of some of the boundaries and the things that you set in place that, you know, as a Christian, you're like, okay, this is where I draw the line, or I don't do this, or do you have any of those, or is it just like...
Yeah, like if someone's asking me, like, oh, there's a booking for you, I hear the song, and it's like completely like just bare swearing, yeah, like
Christ.
Swear words everywhere, or it's talking about girls this way, and I'm like, I'm not promoting that. I don't care how like much money you're paying me. I'm not promoting that because as well, I feel like on my page there's a lot of younger kids that follow me. Why should I post that? No, sometimes it makes me cringe as well when I feel like sometimes music isn't for everyone. It's fine. Like it's fine if music isn't for everyone.
Put down the mic.
Put it down, please.
But what about like secular classes? Because obviously you do both. Where's the line, especially with these heels classes?
Yeah.
Some of these heels classes, I want to go. But I look at them thinking,
I don't know. I feel like
God. Me can't do it.
heels class I've never been to, but I have danced in heels before. Obviously, Drea's video.
She ate. She ate. No crumbs left.
But I'm trying to limit my injuries, please. 1, 2. I feel like it's just sometimes it's just so feminine and skin out, and I could do that in my joggers probably. Like I could just do it. But then also the lyrics of the songs that they decide to choose. First of all, makes me cringe originally anyway. Like, there's just some things that artists say, and it's just like, did you need to say that?
Was that necessary?
It just makes me cringe. I'm like, I don't really want to dance to that. But then other times it's like, I do go to, obviously, classes where they teach, like, secular music. So I'm like, I'll do the choreo. But I think it depends who you are. Because sometimes, I don't know, I guess depending on how weak you are in that area, like, for me, I could dance to a song and not know the song is there because I'm just dancing. But to another person, they might be listening to the song and then all of a sudden have like flashbacks or something. Like, oh my gosh, like I need to get out. So I think it just kind of depends who you are, where your weaknesses and strengths are. Because for me, it's not like a weakness. I can go to a class and just dance and have nothing in my brain.
It's true. Some people can't go to day parties, but some people can.
Yeah.
Thank
So I think
God
it just
I'm one of the ones that can. Thank you, Jesus.
But yeah, I think it just depends. You have to know your weaknesses and strengths. Otherwise, you're going to catch yourself like,
ooh, hey,
I need
thinking about that person you should not be thinking about.
No.
But yeah, just before we wrap up this episode, I can't believe it's coming to an end. I feel like we could talk for time.
Literally. I'm ready for part 2, part 3, part 4.
Bring
part
it.
5.
Now let's just be my co-host. Everyone else can just sit in the corner. But talk to me about exothermic and these gospel classes that you're doing. First of all, can I just say, I feel like I was the first person to do one. I did one like last year, and I was just like, more people. I'm seeing more people do it. I only did one. I probably should get back onto it.
Do more, yeah. Why not?
Yeah. No, I did it to it was Desire as well.
Oh really?
No, when I saw a
That's
choreographer, I was like, I
bangs,
can't let
bro.
this 8 down. I was like, hey,
He left that song till last in the concert.
That's
Everyone
you know when
was
you
jumping, literally.
Oh no, that song, it's a banger. But yeah, tell us about those gospel classes that you're doing.
It's so nice because it's like, I feel like we want to do like obviously intermediate, advanced too, but I don't think there's a lot of people that we know that would come. Because some people are like, oh my gosh, it's a worship class. Like, it's like, okay, sorry. Spirits are getting irritated. But Yeah, no, it's really nice because it's like people that don't even dance come to our class. So it's like we have to take it slower than usual, and we're not used to that. So it's kind of.
I know you're not used to it.
So at the same time as them learning, we're also learning because we're trying to learn how to teach people properly at the same time as teaching people slowly to making sure that they understand, and also getting used to like a million questions in 5 minutes.
Flying at you.
Literally. But yeah, it's really nice because everyone also, people that don't know each other that come in, they end up leaving as friends.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's cute to see, yeah.
And how would you say you represent God in the dance industry? What do you bring that's so special?
I think it is the classes, in my opinion. The classes, and I want to start doing more like content that's like Christian songs, because there's some artists that bang, that deserve more like
bridge music.
Because sometimes I'm looking at the secular world and I'm like, you lot can't even sing or rap.
It's not even good.
Exactly. And then there's people that aren't even known in like the Christian, I don't want to say industry, that's very weird, but like the Christian music side, that aren't even known that much. But I see it on TikTok, I'm like, bro, what? Like, I'm looking at their page, I was like, bro, I would have thought that there was more than what I'm seeing. So yeah, music isn't for everyone, guys. I mean, follow your dreams though.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Guys, can we thank Hannah for coming to the show today?
Thanks.
You was amazing.
Thanks,
guys. Where can the people find you? Plug yourself.
The Real Hanz, TheRealHanzz on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But exothermic is the main thing that I'm focusing on right now. So.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming to the
Tee.
show. It has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and make sure you come back next week for my next special guest. I ain't going to tell you who it is, you're just going to find out. But yeah, make sure you follow and subscribe on That's the Tea Show. It's been me, Miss Tee Moyo, and thank you so much for watching the show.